Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to doctor and all my friends. Today, group 2, we're gonna present about the preservation of Adat Perpatih heritage in the context of urban development. So, this is the presenter that will present about this topic.
Negeri Sembilan, negeri beradat. Adat Perpatih menjadi budaya masyarakat sebahagian besar penduduk Melayunya. Budaya yang bernasabkan kepada ibu atau wanita itu menyaksikan Negeri Sembilan menjadi sebuah negeri yang unik dan berbeza. Adat Perpatih ini menjadikan budaya Negeri Sembilan berwarna-warni dengan kepelbagaian budaya.
Our group will present about preservation of Perpatih customary heritage in the context of urban development. According to the Malays of Negeri Sembilan, Adat Perpatih governs the Malays in a methodical and comprehensive manner using a consensus mechanism to encompass the whole constitution. A royal town, which is Seremban Negeri Sembilan, is a town that contains the historic palaces and the royal administrative district. It is described as a town with significant historical and cultural works, as well as a strong link between community expansion and the development of the urban landscape, particularly in terms of architectural components. The interactions of nature and culture may be seen in the components of the urban heritage that represent the royal town's character, structure, and significance. However, the industry has resulted in an increase in urbanization inside the royal town's territory, damaging important parts of its urban history.
Lain padang, lain belalang, lain ubuk, lain ikannya, lain negeri, lain adatnya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bersama saya Ana di channel Thinkers. Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan semua, kali ni bersama saya di Istana Seremban Kuala Pilah. Untuk pengetahuan semua, istana ni berada berdekatan dengan Seremban lebih kurang 32 km dan tak jauh dengan mana-mana exit keluar Lebuh Raya. Okey, untuk pengetahuan semua, Istana Seremban ini penuh dengan keunikan yang tersendiri. Untuk yang pertama kalinya kita tengok, Istana Seremban ini ada 4 tingkat yang dibina 100% pakunya diperbuat daripada kayu yang kita panggil pasak. Tahun pembinaannya mengambil masa 6 tahun, iaitu bermula pada tahun 1902 hingga 1908. Pada awalnya, Istana Seremban ini menjadi kediaman rasmi yang di-Pertuan Besar Negeri Sembilan. Kini, keadaan tempat ini telah berubah dan diserahkan kepada pihak muzium untuk dijadikan muzium buat tatapan semua pengunjung. Okey, untuk semua pengkaji-pengkaji sejarah, ayo terus saksikan video di sekeliling keadaan Istana Seremban nanti. Okey, jom kita saksikan apa yang ada dekat sekitar istana ini.
Next, what is the issues of preservation of Perpatih customary heritage in urban development? Malays from other states as well as certain non-Malays have repeatedly misinterpreted or devalued Adat Perpatih. During the British rule in Negeri Sembilan, Adat Perpatih was frowned up since it interfered with the colonizers' administrative structures. Besides that, the ethnocentric biased perspectives, lacks of versatility and understanding as habited by community members outside, the Adat Perpatih are heavily impacted by their cultural beliefs. And the Adat Perpatih system have always been viewed with trepidation by broader population. Heritage conservation is intricate as there is a gamut of considerations to be laid out and to be addressed. This includes assessing state and condition, setting out goals or objectives to be made based on a specific purpose that underlie the justification for action in the first place, and detailing out the appropriate actions to be taken, in particular by whom and what method or approach to be adopted. These issues are focused around what has to be protected, what defines legacy, and how it may be preserved while taking into account the multifaceted character of heritage. Therefore, this situation raises many questions as to what mechanism can be put in place to capture interactions between those with the legislative mandate and those who are familiar with and have inherited and cared for the heritage.
Deeper challenge exists in the Malaysian preservation Adat Perpatih in the context of urban development. First, the challenge is that the Adat Perpatih norm are always changing as a result of the modernization and development. Adat Perpatih has been influenced by the modernization, which has changed people's perspective and life. The study discovered the change in Adat Perpatih practice, this including the migration of people to the urban area, misunderstanding public regarding the concept of Adat Perpatih itself, and the trend of the some Adat member to marry people from other Malaysian states. Okay, aside from that, modernism could undermine way of life, society tradition, craft, fairs and other tradition may become forget or lost across the time. Modernism also leaving behind the Minangkabau way of living. This could be seen in the shift, the type of home they stay in urban area, such as transition from Minangkabau style house to the modern house. Okay, modernism also impact on the relation of the customary land. Even though customary land is seen as essential element of the Adat Perpatih, its influence appear to be getting lesser, since the majority of young people own property and houses outside of Negeri Sembilan. Furthermore, a lack of knowledge among Malaysians contribute to a loss of this cultural heritage, especially the Malaysian younger generation are unaware of the current historical matter. As the result, there may be a shortage on the study culture and heritage, which can lead to the cultural loss in the future. Therefore, that was a challenge toward the preservation Adat Perpatih in context of urban development.
I will present for the next slide, which is challenges of globalization. Another challenges to preserve the Adat Perpatih heritage in the context of urban development is in the aspect of globalization. Globalization adds to the importance of preserving cultural heritage. It has also been the reason for action prior to altering life, history, and society. On the other hand, globalization has resulted in heritage being a worldwide problem. Instead of expressing worries about cultural heritage and the heritage itself, the focus appeared to be on other challenges, which is confronting developing nations such as poverty, social inclusions, peacekeeping, and raising awareness about the cultural rights and indigenous people from all the continents. Due to intangible cultural heritage knowledge and practices are always changing and growing, new challenges and solutions must be considered. However, when it comes to globalization, there are also bad effects. First, it is quite challenging to provide the concept and object with a new, meaningful meaning without losing their feeling of localization or cultural distinctiveness. Aside from that, it is not easy to retain the architecture of the house in Negeri Sembilan. In this context, there are other cultural forms, particularly intangible ones, that do not require protection, since protection is only required when there is a significant threat to continued existence. Considering this problem, the perspective of authorities and communities may differ, since there may be times when the community believe that what they have practiced in society is not truly heritage, while the authorities believe it is, or vice versa. The protection of local practice may be difficult in the first place due to disagreements between local practitioners and authorities. According to Logan 2007, heritage is the result of a process of selection. As a result, it is critical to identify who is accountable and who should be given the authority to recognize something like a heritage, as well as to confirm the sort of legacy that has to be safeguarded. Thank you.
I will continue for the next slide, which is the first suggestion. According to Ismail et al. 2016, the Minangkabau migration to Negeri Sembilan has adopted the Adat Perpatih system and also has created house structure that show cultural symbol for the Adat Perpatih community. Thus, the suggestion for challenge of modernization is by make conservation and repair on historical building left over from Adat Perpatih such as mosque, museum and historical utensils. Therefore, the Negeri Sembilan state government has started the museum restoration project by holding the Seminar Pemuliharaan Istana Lama Seremban nanti, with the cooperation of various parties to discuss effort to preserve cultural treasure in Malaysia, according to Jabatan Museum Malaysia 2019. With the involvement of various parties, including young people, this can to extent apply to the public that the importance of historical relates to the community in Negeri Sembilan, especially because it will be able to defend the custom that are increasingly forgotten to future generations, according Jabatan Museum Malaysia 2019. Thank you. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
I will explain about the second suggestion, which is safeguarding Adat Perpatih at national level. Adat Perpatih is a hereditary custom practiced by the people in Malaysia, especially the people of Negeri Sembilan. However, most people, especially the younger generation, do not know the importance and uniqueness of Adat Perpatih. Therefore, the government can make a lot of programs to spread awareness of the importance and uniqueness of Adat Perpatih. According to Wahidah Razwan 2020, the National Department for Culture and Art Negeri Sembilan worked together with local university in making a competition of the International Debate Competition of Adat Perpatih. The debate competition was organized by a collaboration of several organizations and government agencies with the goal of raising awareness and knowledge about the importance of Adat Perpatih. Moreover, the international pupil also will know about the uniqueness of Adat Perpatih. In addition, the Minister of Tourism and Culture Malaysia of Negeri Sembilan office also made another program or strategy, which is Make Tahun Melawat Negeri Sembilan. This is to attract the local and international visitor to visit the beautiful place in Negeri Sembilan, such as Seremban Museum. At the same time, the visitor also can learn more about Adat Perpatih. Therefore, the awareness of Adat Perpatih will be increased time by time. Moreover, educational institutions also play an important role in spreading awareness of Adat Perpatih. Educational institutions also one of the mechanisms at the global level that can perform. So, educational institutions in Malaysia make Adat Perpatih is one of the topics that can students learn from school. Therefore, the young generation have a piece of knowledge and know about the uniqueness of Adat Perpatih. That's why safeguarding Adat Perpatih at national level is one of the suggestions of the issue and challenge related to the preservation of Adat Perpatih heritage in the context of urban development. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Bertemu kembali. Adat Perpatih sinonim dengan adat masyarakat di Negeri Sembilan.
Dalam memastikan adat yang berasal dari tanah Minangkabau itu terus dipraktikkan, satu pesta memperkenalkan amalan dan peraturan hidup masyarakat Negeri Sembilan diadakan di Laman Gentam Kuala Pilah baru-baru ini. Menurut Ketua Sekretariat Pesta Adat Perpatih, Datuk Zaki Said, pesta yang berlangsung 2 hari itu menampilkan pelbagai aktiviti, antaranya pameran dan demonstrasi.
Salah satu pada tujuannya, ramai anak-anak buah ni tak tahu kehadiran ataupun adanya adat Perpatih tersebut. Dan mereka ini, ibu bapa mereka adalah penyokong ataupun pendukung adat Perpatih ini. Tapi anak-anak mereka tak tahu.
Dengan penganjuran pesta adat Perpatih ini juga, golongan pemimpin adat khususnya dapat memberi peredahan kepada masyarakat tentang perkara asas dalam amalan adat itu. Antara yang menarik perhatian ialah peranan dan keunikan Ibu Soko, jawatan adat khusus untuk golongan wanita.
Sebenarnya dalam adat Perpatih ini, apabila kita mengadakan oleh kampung, oleh beradat seperti majlis perkahwinan, perkara-perkara yang utama ialah membentangkan alat kebesaran seperti atas rumah. Kita kena bentang tabir lelangit, tabir lingkung, tilam pandak, kita ada tepak sirih dan sebagainya. Kerana ini adalah merupakan asas kepada sistem adat Perpatih.
Kalau ada majlis kahwin, Ibu Soko buat peranan untuk memasang semua tabir-tabir ini. Dia mengarahkan anak-anak buah dia memasang semua tabir ini, dan tabir lelangit, tabir panjang dan tabir segala. Dan untuk santapan pula, untuk hidangan untuk datuk-datuk, dia akan menyediakan juga alat-alat makanan yang beradat.
Selain mengetengahkan pengetahuan mengenai adat Perpatih, makanan tradisi masyarakat Negeri Sembilan juga diperkenalkan, antaranya penganan cair atau lebih dikenali sebagai dodol.
As a conclusion, Adat Perpatih is considered a part of tradition since it has been passed down through the generations. It is passed down orally from generation to generation with the expectation that each following generation will use the look, listen and learn technique as one of the primary means of obtaining the message and practices of Adat Perpatih. Moreover, Adat Perpatih is vital to practice now because it assures the continuation of Adat Perpatih in the future. As a result, the community should actively participate in local government and non-profit organization operations. Hence, the need of raising awareness and encouraging a learning culture should be emphasized. All of these customs and cultures must be resurrected in order for them to be passed on from generation to generations.